With a combination of returning stars and high-profile newcomers, the Titans men's soccer team has high expectations for the 2015 season. Meanwhile, the Trailblazers of Lewis and Clark Community College would love nothing more than to spoil Eastern Florida's home opener. Live from the Titan Soccer Complex on Eastern Florida's Melbourne campus, it's the Titans and Trailblazers, and it's next. Nothing finer than Labor Day weekend action at the Titan Soccer Complex. Good evening and welcome, everybody. I'm Jeff Radcliffe alongside longtime Major League Soccer veteran Eddie Rodriguez. Glad to be back with you for another season of Titans men's soccer here on WEFS TV. And Eddie, good matchup, home opener here for the Titans tonight against a team that's got a number of wins already in the bag.
That's right, Jeff. You know, two teams that are eager to play. Of course, for Eastern Florida, they're happy to be home. They went on the road last week. They split one win and one tie. And for Lewis and Clark, they played, 6 games already. So they are a little bit more meshed, but, they know how tough it is to come in this great facility against Eastern Florida. So they're looking to do that.
Trailblazers making the long trip from Godfrey, Illinois. A player to watch for the Trailblazers, one of the number of Aussies on the roster. His name is Blake Ceams.
The Australian, of course. Ceams has 6 goals already and 1 assist in only 6 games. We spoke to his coach and he said, you know what, he's the type of forward who brings it. Loads of speed, very tenacious forward. So look for him to get the forward going for this Lewis and Clark early in the game.
A high work rate, Ceams as well. Eastern Florida will be led by one of the returners, Yannick Koffi, number 17. He'll play at left wing tonight for Eastern Florida.
Koffi, a player that we're very familiar with, and one of his best attributes is the fact that you can play in different spots, and Eastern Florida is going to do that tonight. He's going to start from the left side, more of a left winger. He's going to try to cut the ball to the inside. Look for that far post with his very lethal right-footed shot, so don't, we're not going to miss him at center mid, but he's the type of player that can always come back into the middle.
A look at the starting lineups for tonight's matchup here on the Space Coast. For Lewis and Clark, they'll come in battling out of a 4-4-2. Eastern Florida State College out of their traditional 4-2-3-1. Pay attention to Wilford Williams, the transfer out of Memphis, number 3. He's played the first 2 games on that left side at left back, left mid. He will start tonight in the center of defense because of an injury to the Titans side. There are the head coaches, the dean of head coaches in junior college soccer. Tim Rooney's been there since 1986, coaches the men's and women's program, over 400 wins for each side. And then you've got head coach Oliver Twelvetrees now in his 3rd season, and he's got a team he is really excited about. Our referee crew will be led tonight by Sam Gillespie. He'll be assisted by Eddie Pozo and Abded Kutane. Each team getting its final instructions. It will be the visitors from Lewis and Clark College, attacking left to right in the traveling black uniforms. And the Titans in front of the bench getting fired up. You see Koffi in the center there. And these lads ready to go for the home opener here in the 2015 season, Eddie.
Trying to get the boys, get them going early. Interesting to mention, Jeff, because of their formation, Lewis and Clark coming up with a traditional 4-4-2 against a 4-2-3-1 for Eastern Florida. Just look at the midfielder battles, and that's where this game is going to be decided. We talk about the facilities all the time. Every bit of 80 yards wide by 120. So as far as the pitch is concerned, it doesn't get any better than that.
Lewis and Clark coming in 5-1 this season. They will kick things off. We're underway at the Titan Soccer Complex on this home opener on a beautiful Sunday night in Brevard County, Florida. And immediately it will go back to the center defense and Darren Duncan, native of Kingston, Jamaica. They'll try to work up that left side. Titans will thwart things, picked up in the center of the park by Eastern Florida. Micah Smoak got the first touch. He's moved up into the central midfield. Guy can play all over. Last year we saw him kind of help pulling the strings in the attacking end. This year he's been used at center back. He's got it now, wearing number 19. Will play it forward into the box, sent off to the side. And the recovery is made and will roll all the way to Darren Duncan.
And for both teams, Jeff, it's imperative for them to calm the nerves down a little bit as we see the speed.
Kearns.
We talked about Kearns and the speed. We see a little glance right there, how fast he is, playing the balls into the space.
Here's Koffi. He'll have some space, and he'll turn on the Jets. Koffi entering the 18-yard box will hold it up, and it will go towards the corner. It should be out for an Eastern Florida State College throw-in.
And that's exactly what I was talking about with the ability of Koffi making that run from the outside in. He was actually, you could see he was trying to cut the ball to the inside so he can unleash the demons and go far post with that shot. And he loves to do that, Jeff. So keep your eye on him. As we know, plenty of speed, plenty of athleticism.
Shari Saperi had the throw. Foul is committed. It will come back the other way. And the goalkeeper, Nick Johnson, the sophomore out of St. Charles, Missouri, comes in with a .57 goals against average. Not too shabby of a start. Lewis and Clark played their 6th game of the season here earlier this weekend. Lost to Broward on this field 6-1, but Coach Twelvetrees told me earlier this afternoon that scoreline not indicative of how good the Trailblazers are. Immediately will be picked up and played forward by Eastern Florida, and now back to the keeper.
And the whole entire back four system for Eastern Florida, all brand new. None of the players from last year returned this year. They were all sophomores. A couple of them going to D1 schools.
Here's the throw, held up Eastern Florida right side. Will look to make the switch from the back. Stepping up is Wilford Williams into space, able to clear the lines to Micah Smoak. Crosses the halfway line, sends it left side. Here's Koffi. Cuts it in on the right foot, sends it into the box. As Smoak appeared to be waiting, they'll have to get back now defensively, the Titans. And now it will be pinged forward in direct fashion and handled by Sapari. And Sapari, one of the 2 former Melbourne High Bulldogs.
Yeah, one of the returning players. And we see from both teams right away their speed and how fast they counterattack. So right now both teams trying to just control the midfielder. So we see this long ball to Koffi into the corner.
Along the left side goes number 17. He does get the edge. Here comes the cross in front. Nice bit of defense there. Johnson able to keep it out. Little flick over by McCall. And that will be picked up by Massachusetts, who's starting that number 10 role tonight. Ball drilled inside and cleared out momentarily.
We see Koffi wasn't able to play that ball across. He tried to hit it with his right foot where he should have been. Was left-footed, just drive the ball to the far post. He had a man wide open. That would have been a tap-in for the 1-0 for this Eastern Florida Titans. But that's what we've been talking about, the ability for him to get behind that defense with that speed and with that athleticism.
Titans ranked 4th in the country, 1-0-1, went on the road, play a really tough schedule in Maryland against Essex County and Monroe College. Both of them went to overtime. Essex was beaten 3-2, and they went to 2 overtimes, 2-2 draw with Monroe. Like to just get out of this one in regulation. Be a step in the right direction as Saperi picks it up, loses control, it goes into touch.
So Ferreira with the body check. Now watch this replay right here. Ball goes into the corner, great technical ability, brings it down with his right foot. That's the angle you want to take, and that's what I'm talking about. If you play that ball with your left foot, the far post, it's open. Instead, he turns his body,
to get the right,
giving the defender that chance. But if he plays that first time, that would have been 1-0 already.
An easy deposit on the right side, perhaps, for either Donnelly or Massachusetts or Ferreira, a right winger. Got a hold up and play here. It will be a throw in for the Trailblazers here near side. Brendan Mann, a right back, freshman out of O'Fallon, Missouri. Godfrey, Illinois, the location of Lewis and Clark College, not too far from St. Louis. And our referee will...
If you know that, Jeff, there's the whole Midwest. It's a mecca pretty much for soccer talent. You know, a lot of great schools around the St. Louis, Kansas City area, Chicago and all Illinois. So a lot of good soccer around that area.
A lot of former U.S. national teamers hailing out of that St. Louis area. Nice win in the center of the park by McCall. Now call on the right side. Massachusetts tries to play it forward, pushed off the ball. Physical game so far. Making the turn is Duncan. And here comes the counter the other way. The speedster Kearns tries to get the edge. Speed on speed there as Williams got there. And it will be a corner, though. So first set piece opportunity for Lewis and Clark. First set piece, in fact, for either team.
And two ways you can counter that speed, of course, of the Aussie. Either you cut the pass before he gets the ball, or you have to double team him, one in front, one behind. But if you let him go one-on-one, Jeff, especially in the box, you saw the little dink, the little touch. You have to be careful because you don't want to touch him in the box. Of course, it's going to be a penalty kick, and you always got to have somebody behind you covering your back.
Coach Twelvetrees certainly concerned when we chatted with him before the
Yeah,
game about the
knows.
speed of Kearns.
He did his homework, and yeah, absolutely. He did his homework, and he knows what they have. He knows he's got to double team that.
Nate Himes, the pride of Eastlake High School, starting between the posts tonight for the Titans, makes the pick out of the air, and the Titans will build from the back here. Himes, who now is wearing a yellow penny. The jersey color wasn't different enough from the visitors tonight.
Yeah.
So Perry loses the handle. Here comes the turn. Lachlan Roos, the man they call Lackey, wearing number 10.
Yeah, Lackey so was looking for Kearns. Of course, that's a 1-2 punch for this Lewis and Clark.
Roos sent it left, ball in. Williams there to clean it up. We'll move to the right side, sent up the line, throw in for the Trailblazers here in the early going.
And my only concern defensively for Eastern Florida coming out of the back is the fact that, as you mentioned, all four defenders are brand new this year, so they don't have that experience, you know, especially coming out of the back. Just the touches in front of you, it's almost like they're a little, you know, laxy-daisy. They don't put enough emphasis to come out, and if you're going to come out, especially in this field, you want to do it quick.
9th minute. Playing the ball forward. You see the strategies. They get it to Kearns. Nice ball left to the back post. A shot and a save and a goal. Second chance went in, and the Trailblazers will take the lead here early. And number 14.
Fantastic finish by Lewis and Clark, and that's the kind of ball I was talking about earlier. When you drive the ball to the far post with a purpose, watch what Kearns does. He checks right there. He checks into the space, plays the ball out wide. First touch, look at that nice ball driven to the far post. That's a great finish. Of course, keeper does a good job just getting up. Nate not able to get up again.
It was Clasby, number 24.
And Connor Clasby puts the 1-0, and that's a difference, Jeff, when you don't put your chances away.
His second goal of the season, and now the Titans forced to chase this game here on the early going. So Clasby makes it 1-0.
And right away, Blake Kearns make his presence noticed. He's the one that showed up and post up, play the ball out wide. Give credit to Sparrow. I think he's the one with that great service from the outside in. And, of course, great finish by Connor Clasby, far post.
How often do you see it, though? First 10 minutes of a game, the team bosses the possession, gets a couple of nice chances, and then at the other end, they give up the goal.
And that's, of course, that's the disadvantage of every time you go forward, you have to worry about what you're going to leave behind. And that's why the importance of having a solid defense, playing good defense, solid, keep your shape no matter what. You're going to keep that that close door in the back. If you're going to send numbers, especially, you don't stay minus players in the back.
Himes made the initial save. It just squeaked away because it was hit with so much pace. And the second chance, the change for $1, if you will, was put back by Clasby. Now a turnover center of the park. It will be switched. Keegan Fouch. Right at the halfway. Changes possession again. Here come the Titans. We'll reset the lines with Micah Smoak. Williams plays the ball forward, and nobody was running with it. Only the back of Nick Filla out of St. Peters, Missouri, the central back pairing along with Darren Duncan.
Yeah, this is a little bit early in this game to start playing long balls.
Intercepted by Smoak.
Because you know Lewis and Clark are going to stay compact in the back, especially because they just went up on the scoreboard. No need for them to rush.
Especially after giving up 6 in their last outing. There is a foul being awarded to Lewis and Clark College.
And look at Lucky at center mid, just always looking for that ball. Lackey, there we see him, number 10 in the middle, always looking to get the ball so we can spring currents. That's a 1-2 punch for this Lewis and Clark. And
Brandon Mann was making the run now. Comes back the other way. Koffi cuts back in, will leave it. Chipped over the top as they look for J.J. Donnelly. Donnelly sends the ball far post and misses the target, so it will be a goal kick.
It seems, Jeff, to me that they're just, their touch is just a little bit heavy, and that's the difference between playing 6 games from Lewis and Clark and for Eastern Florida, just a couple of games where, you can tell they're doing the right thing. The right decision is just a little bit heavy. It's just a little bit too fat when he comes onto the touch, so it's just a matter of getting a few minutes more together and getting some games and, putting it all together.
Headed forward. Ping pong middle of the park. Donnelly won't catch this one as Johnson will settle over. Look to make a distribution. 1-0 early going is Class B in the 9th minute. The difference in this one. Boy, nice bit of footwork skill shown there by Koffi.
Oh, we know he's got that. Technical ability, physical ability. He's one of the leaders of this team. Of course, a returning player. So we expect a lot from him this year. Oh, bad square ball, bad giveaway.
To be picked up by Claspy, the goal scorer, keeps it on his foot, sends it into space, and cleaned up by McClymont, the center back. Shane did well with that. Here come the Titans along the right side, holding things up to get numbers. Sent forward, and throw is conceded by the Trailblazers. Shane McClymont, big-bodied center back, sends it forward.
Yeah, big presence in the back for Eastern Florida.
Craig McCall, Scottish central midfielder. Go back to Chase here and wins the ball. They get it to the right side. Waiting for some service. Here it comes into the box. Falls right. And the shot is off target, off the foot of Donnelly. Had a good look at it, though.
J.J. Donnelly not able to make good contact in the box. Not a good job by Lewis and Clark clearing the ball. And when you're in the box forward, you got to put it away. You got to take that touch. You're not going to have a lot of time because of how crowded it is, but you got to put your chances away. We've seen that Lewis and Clark only had one, and they were able to capitalize on that great chance, that great cross.
.50 ball headed forward. This is Massachusetts. As Ferreira out right. Boy, taken deftly away, and Trailblazers will look to move forward.
Yeah, and
Smoak closing them down.
That was a good tackle. You can hear from here how it was good contact with the ball, even though Massachusetts is looking for that foul.
Boy, the on-rushing Blake Kearns made Himes deliver that a little sooner than he wanted to. He'll pick it up, settle things down here.
I think you remember, Jeff, we saw Massachusetts playing in the state finals for his high school last year, and a very predominant left-footed player, but just very composed, just a lot of ability. He scored some great goals during the final.
Yeah, 2-time state champion at Cypress Bay. Won 2 penalties last week as a sub. So he gets his first start of the season tonight. Number 6, boy, nice effort. Goes all for naught.
The difference of the physicality of the college game, as we see here. Watch Massachusetts, left-footed player, going against 3 defenders, and watch this tackle. He gets all ball right there. That's a good call from the ref, who was close by. As you see, Massachusetts asking for the foul from behind. And that is the difference between playing college soccer and playing high school. He got away with a lot of that in high school. But at the college level, they're going to be ready for that.
Bigger, stronger, faster.
Absolutely.
Williams bumped off the ball by Kearns. Eastern Florida State College able to recover. Well, you see the work rate being put on by Blake Kearns right now.
I was just going to say that Team Rooney was right when he talked about, you know, how active Blake Kearns is, not only trying to get the ball, but even just chasing defensively. You know, for a forward, that's pretty impressive. Never stops, always trying to get the ball, or even just cut off the pass of the defenders who are coming out of the back for this Eastern Florida flat back four.
Saw Josh Donnelly with a nice turn there. The shot went off target. Will be a goal kick with just under a half hour to play in this opening half, and that man Tim Rooney has seen his team take the lead. The game preceding this, he did coach the women's team, and they had a lead on Eastern Florida, a team that's ranked second in the country, and ended up falling late 4-3.
Yeah, very unfortunate situation for their goalkeeper. Let what we call a soft goal in.
A howler.
But, you know, it's always good when you come into this great facility and you had the team who's number 2 in the country on the ropes, per se. You let a great chance go, and now he's coaching for the guys. He's a busy guy, man.
A lot of wins on that resume. Williams runs up, catches it. Played back by McCall. On the left, it's Seperi. There's a turn by Koffi. He'll make the switch at least to the center. Smoak chests it down to his feet, and now flips it wide right to Ferreira. Deerfield Beach product. Ball squirts a little too far ahead. Won't trouble anybody. He'll come back the other way.
Yeah, Ferreira looked up, tried to play into the space just a little bit too early, but it looks like Eastern Florida's finally knocking the ball around out of the back. They just got to get a little more precise. They have to play to feet until they get to the attacking third, and that's, you know, when you can gamble a little bit, the one-on-ones behind the defense. But in the meantime, especially across the middle, especially coming out of the back, you have got to keep the ball. You cannot lose the ball in transition, because that's when they're going to punish you.
Nice control, close control there by Longo. Michael Longo, the sophomore central midfielder. Will be Trailblazers ball, set down by Hayden Sparrow. The left back, it will be Roos. Blake Kearns down, taken away, clean challenge. Here come the Titans, held up by Donnelly. Makes a move to the left side, has runners to his right. He'll cut it back in. Koffi to the right side, good defense put on by Roos.
Yeah, J.J. Donnelly taking a little bit too long to play the ball to Koffi on top of the box.
Koffi will let it fly from distance. It's the netting behind. So a shot off target, but a shot on goal nonetheless.
And between those two players right there, Koffi and J.J., it's just a matter of doing the 1-2s a little bit earlier. They both have speed, they both have pace, you know, and they're both technically pretty good, so it's just a matter of combining early.
There's Johnson over the halfway line. Header won by Micah Smoak, no surprise there. Great in the air, no matter what position he plays. Here's the ball back to the keeper, Johnson. Titans looking for an equalizer here. Little portions of this first half. So glad you're with us here on WEFS TV for another season. We saw the women open the home schedule last week with a 3-0 win. Supposed to see them on Friday night, but Mother Nature had other plans, Eddie.
Yeah, we were here for a little bit more than 2.5 hours with lightning delay. Not able to get the game, and the girls they're on a roll.
Coach Oliver Twelvetrees looking on with concern. And that one will be escorted in. See the ground that Micah Smoak covers.
Yeah, Oliver's trying to decipher this Lewis and Clark defense. Not able to do so yet. They've had a few chances, but nothing really clear.
There will be a throw, a deep throw for Lewis and Clark. They have the lead. Courtesy of Connor Clasby, the right mid. Picked up his second goal of the season about 9 minutes into this contest. McCall will settle under, then chip the ball ahead. Headed back in, the run on, ball into the net. It's a goal for the Titans. J.J. Donnelly, I believe, had the last touch. And we'll see if it officially goes to him.
Luke Ferreira jumped for the ball for a header, something that he wasn't able to get a clean header. But nonetheless, he goes up, gets a flick on the ball. Ball goes here in the air by McCall. And that little flick actually by our defender, and JJ just able to get between the two defenders. Keeper comes out. Nick Johnson just to no man's land, not able to get the ball for Eastern Florida's equalizer.
The toe poke works for Donnelly, his second goal of the season. On his bio, he says he is the FIFA king. He hit the, what is that, the circle button there?
The circle button, yeah.
Or is it the square?
The
Not sure.
poke.
Nice win by Koffi. Now playing with a little bit more sprite in their step.
And I think, this goal for them, for Eastern Florida, is going to give them a little more peace of mind, a little more time to knock the ball around as we see them using the width.
Sent forward. Smoak. Mike's playing in this advanced role. Donnelly had it take a deflection, and it went right to the keeper, and Johnson.
J.J. Donald collecting the ball from Micah. And Micah was expecting the ball back, but it's a great turn by J.J. Trying to take the early shot to the far post, deflects one of the defenders right into the hands of Nick Johnson.
There's the roll, and they'll build from the back for the Titans. Again, trying to use the pace up front. Sent right back up the line on the far side of the field.
That was a great driven ball by McClymont into the space for Ferreira, who's looking to use that right mid. A lot of space in the back.
Clasby had headed it down. Held up by Donnelly, who was praised by his coach for that hold-up play so far this season in the first two games. Koffi will work in. Makes the turn. He'll send the cross. It hits the side netting, but he was able to get around Brendan Mann.
But once again, Jeff, we see that when you're in that section of the field, you have got to use your left foot. I mean, he did a good job just getting around the defender. It's so much easier just to drive the ball on the ground with your left foot, even if you're not a left-footed player. Just drive it to the far post. A lot of times it'll hit a defender. It'll go in for an own goal.
Johnson to send it away here. 22 minutes remaining this half. Smoak again wins a 50-50 ball in the air. Koffi trying to come down with it, gets around Himes. Here's Massachesi. Into Donnelly. How about the step? Crossed in, far post. Run was being made. Out of the box quickly was Johnson. He'll make the distribution.
And you see how dangerous a driven ball to the far post is. Right in between Nick Johnson and the defender, who's Duncan, I believe. Just a nice driven ball.
Wilfred Williams picks it up. Massachesi along the right. Comes to McLennan. And here comes the switch to the point of attack for the Titans. Into Smoak. Holds it up nicely himself. McCall makes the turn. We're back on the other side of the field again. Right side to Ferreira.
Eastern Florida finally using the width.
Massachesi had it stick to his right foot, couldn't keep it.
Yeah, Massachesi, it's all about the left foot, the left foot peg.
Boy, Kearns putting on the speed again, closing quickly. Trying to manufacture a goal here. Wilfred Williams sends it up. Boy, perfect ball to Donnelly. Settles right in front of the touchline, makes the step to the right, and goes left. Here's the cross into the area, cleared off, and it will be a corner kick. And that's all Darren Duncan could do.
And that's why it's so challenging for our defender to clear that ball, because the ball is being whipped into your right foot. So if you don't have that right angle like Duncan did, it could be very dangerous. You know, you hit that with your toe and it's going to end up in the back of your own net. So good job by JJ showing up. You know, he's one of those forwards who loves to check into the ball. He uses that big body pretty well. He loves to turn on the dime and take a shot.
Koffi will deliver this corner kick with his dominant right foot that we've seen so far. The odds are he's not going to be hit with the left.
Well, don't be surprised if he tries to in-swing that.
In-swinger to the far post. Good ball punched out by Johnson. Looking to hold it in. And now Kearns will race towards it. Boy, big win on the 50-50 there. It is going to be held in. Ferreira. All the way on the far side, taken down. Clean challenge, comes away.
Yeah, Ferreira dancing on the ball, looking for the foul, nothing.
Hayden Sparrow chirping. And skill there and still down on the pitch on the right side.
You see how much respect Eastern Florida defenders have for Kearns. Four of them stay behind when he's got the ball. Nobody goes. Fullbacks, most of the time you release your fullbacks to go men up. And with him, every single defender stays home because they know of his speed. Tremendous breakaway speed.
Luke up off the mat, the freshman out of Deerfield Beach. Slow to get up.
Here's that replay. See Ferreira dancing on the ball. He's trying to hold the ball, trying to get a call, a foul, nothing. And of course the linesman is pretty close, so of course he's got the advantage. He's close enough to call it.
Direct ball into the box looking for Donnelly. And that will harm nobody. Minutes to go. A goal from Donnelly equalized 6 minutes ago. Boy, Smoak got a little Air Jordan jump there, flicked backwards. Here's Kearns, he will shoot off his line. Big save made by Himes. Had to read that perfectly and execute, and he did.
We talked about the breakaway speed that he has, and he had everything. All he had to do is go around the goalkeeper. He took the shot a little bit too early, but how quick he gets around the corner. Just watch what he does. He checks in. Look at that great turn. Splits three defenders, gets around. Keeper comes out. If he just gets around the goalkeeper right here, would have been a goal because keeper dove already. He's down. All you got to do is a quick little pump. Keeper dives, get around him.
Tough to do when you're running at,
120
warp speed.
miles per hour.
Yeah. Mach 1.
Yeah. But of course, that's a forward. He's got all these steps. He knows what he's going to do. So
his nickname is Qantas Airlines, the jet. And it will go out for a goal kick.
Talk about blazing speed, right? Nate Hines just kind of lucked out. He knows that, he got a little gift.
Pace has not slowed down. All drilled to the other half of the field. Eastern Florida is starting to boss the possession here as we get later and later into this opening half. 1-1 our score. Battle along the far touchline comes back to the Titans. In front of the Jumbotron it goes, headed forward. Will matriculate the ball down the line with another throw.
And the thing about speed, Jeff, you can't teach it, you can't coach it. Either you have it or you don't.
This is McClymont. A long ball into the box. Donnelly looks for the win. Will be held left side. As we see Saperi, I'll have to concede the throw.
Yeah, Saperi trying to get around so he can use that left foot. He's got a pretty sweet left foot. We've seen him in high school action as well. This is his second year here at Eastern Florida. Very technical player.
His former high school teammate headed it forward. And he'll take it off the chest this time, looks to switch it. We'll play the negative ball back. And it is McClymont again with the big boot forward. Nobody was releasing, and it will go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, and you can tell the long ball's not on. There's not enough space behind Lewis and Clark's defense, so you need to penetrate. You need to play the side-to-side ball before you can make that penetrating run. And if you're going to make that run, well, that ball has got to be on the ground. There's just not enough space.
See Williams there, the sophomore, wearing the captain's armband. Native of Johnson City, Tennessee. Transfer from the University of Memphis. Brings some pace. Was a left back there at Memphis at the D1 level. And now we'll do battle with Kearns, and he wins that one, just sends it up the line and out.
And that's a good match right there, speed against speed. Of course, Wilfred Williams, a good technical left-footer player, but he's got a bit of pace down the line as well.
Had a nice conversation with Williams on the Inside Titan Sports Show on WEFS a couple of weeks back on our premiere edition. Great young man, as they all are here at Eastern Florida State College. It comes back to the keeper, Johnson. Or make that Himes, excuse me, wrong side. Williams. McClymont.
A lot of space for Eastern Florida. You can tell Lewis and Clark are just going to sit back. They're okay with a 1-1 score right now.
Boy, great ball through. This is McCall dancing on the ball. Will shoot it from distance and put it over the top.
One thing they cannot afford to do, though, if you're going to sit back, then you got to close the space in the middle of the field, and especially right in front of your center backs. You cannot let JJ turn on the ball, and you cannot let Koffi go at you from the back. So you need to sort out the lines and step him up one time.
I got him.
Johnson's goal kick. Good job stepping to. And coming away, Saperi. Gallivanting through the midfield now. He's got Koffi to the left. Sends it into the 18-yard area. Did take a touch off of the Trailblazers. Here's this ball sent across. McCall will give it a go. Rebound, shot, flipped in. It's another goal. Eastern Florida State College, and it is Ibrahima Kouyaté with his first goal of the season. The substitution, and the dance party has begun.
And Kouyaté, who just came off the bench, found himself a little gift. Ball bouncing in the box, took a touch, and buried that upper V right there. Great, great finish.
A little touch.
And that's the difference in this game. Koffi with a one-time into the box. It hits off of JJ's head. Shot right here that hits one of the defenders. And Kouyaté brings the ball down and just puts that in the upper shelf. Nothing Nick Johnson could do.
And with 12 and a half minutes remaining in this opening half, Eastern Florida has their first lead. So a native of Baltimore, Maryland, who was slated to be a Terp, now with the Titans. Coach Oliver Twelvetrees called him a strong, fast finisher. He showed it there.
Kearns looking for the foul on top of the box. He's having a few few words with the ref. He didn't like the call. Mr. Speedster right there. But, you know, talk about luck. Kouyaté comes off the bench. His first time touching the ball. Puts it in the back of the net for the 2-1 for the Titan lead.
On the right side. That's what pressure yields. Yields problems for a back line. Donnelly will hold it up, and he'll give it a go again. Took a deflection and it went out. It should be a corner kick. It is for Eastern Florida State College. Putting the pressure on now, Eddie.
Yeah, J.J. Donnelly very active as well. Big forward, big target forward.
Corner will be delivered from the far side. Koffi will outswing this with the right foot. Hit it out momentarily. And here comes the break the other way. Boy, big save.
Huge save.
Williams, who just athletically stopped it.
It's huge save by Wilfred Williams, because that ball goes through. Who was waiting for that? Blake Kearns. He was off the blocks already, getting ready to turn it on. It's at times like this, Jeff, when you think about the chances you've given up, and if you don't miss those chances, the game right now would have been 2-2 if Kearns would have been able to put that when he goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Along the right side, Claspy just outside the area, cleaned up by McClymont.
And look at the size difference between those two right there.
Koffi. Hear the coaching staff yell, hold it. He does. Here's Kuyate. Pushed off the ball. He will get the decision, though. Free kick will be awarded to Eastern Florida State College here. And perhaps a booking coming? No, just a talking to. And Hayden Sparrow will walk away. Dangerous spot here, Eddie.
It is, just with the size of Eastern Florida. You have JJ in the middle. You have Kuyate with a good size. You have McCall in the back, far post.
You've got a left-footed Saperi, a right-footed Koffi. Who will take it? It will be Koffi to the back post. Punched high in the air by Johnson. Not out of the woods yet. Punches it a second time. Ball falls. Big shot. And it rebounds off of the Trailblazers. And boy, decision coming the way of Eastern Florida here. It looks to be another free kick just outside the box. So a foul. There's Micah Smoak getting an explanation. Yeah, will come the other way.
That was Nathaniel Grant, with a shot outside the box. And
the offside flag was up on Kearns.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one. When the ball is played, I think Kearns was onsides, and the rule says that you have to be at least even. You see right there, Blake not happy with the call. And let's look at when the ball, oh, this is the free kick to the far post. Nick Johnson comes out.
And over the back, perhaps. Wasn't there.
Yeah, no, there was no
right
foul.
There, a high kick, it appeared.
Yeah, that could have been called. I think that was the original call.
8 minutes remain in this opening half. 2-1 our score. Eastern Florida State College looking for their second win of the season. And their home opener here tonight, Saperi, unable to get the angle on Clasby, who scored that early goal for the visitors. Williams will be Smoak, outrunning Glasby. Now Koffi, outside of the area, holds it up, a little crossover, step over, it took a deflection. All it needed was a back heel, it would have been in the back of the net.
And there's that, finally, that left foot he uses, and look and tell the difference how dangerous that was. He gets to the end line, great cross.
Boy, was he listening to what you were saying?
I think
perhaps
he was.
He's got earphones in.
Yeah, as you mentioned, all he needed was just a little tapping. Somebody's back of the cleat, the shoe, somehow put it in. But good job by Koffi, just getting to the end line, taking that player on. Very so dangerous all the time with a one-on-one.
McCall is now all the 50-50 balls going the way of the home side here. Koffi, been a nightmare to defend so far.
He is
into the box.
He is a handful.
Darren Duncan plays it out.
So watch how he goes one-on-one. And of course, as a defender, you want to pick a side. He goes one-on-one, a little step over, 1-2. He gets around, and there's that left-footed cross right there. Oh, barely misses Kuyate right in the middle of the box. But that's exactly what you want to do. You want to play that ball behind in that diagonal.
Short corner taken quickly. Saperi will serve it with the left foot. Ball in the air. Sits in the 6. Once, not twice. Did it cross the line? That's the question. Play on, says our referee. Wow. Bang, bang play inside the 6-yard box.
Great save. J.J. Donnelly was celebrating as if the ball had crossed the line. We weren't able to watch from here, but great ball by Saperi. Left-footed in-swinger.
Koffi will settle under. Right at the byline. Chips it to himself. Good night. Inside the box again. Turning a shot. That one's thwarted. Smoak back into the mixer it goes, and it'll give the Trailblazers a chance to clear the lines. They'll do so with a throw coming up.
And now this is becoming a shooting practice, Jeff. Watch that replay. Great ball by Koffi.
Just couldn't get it cleanly. Nathaniel Grant, another Mile High Bulldog, out on the field now. A lot of good players have played for Coach Jerry McCabe at Melbourne. A lot of them coming here to Eastern Florida State College. Wilfred Williams steps up, took a bad deflection, but now pinged forward anyway. Was Nick Filla, the freshman center back, descended forward. It will be a throw to the visitors here.
And this will be great for the Titans just to put one more before they have. Here's that replay. The ball goes to the far post. J.J. Donnelly right there with a great chance.
What camera? Oh. Has to go completely over the line, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it totally went in, but great save nonetheless by, I think it was Nick Filla who's in the back, just able to clear it. Him and Darren Duncan in the back. And as you mentioned, Jeff, the whole circumference of the ball has to be inside, so.
Big foul there. See if this brings out any booking, or it'll just be a free kick. So just a garden variety foul, as it will be Kearns the beneficiary. Lachlan Roos. Lackey with the right foot. Sends the ball over towards the back post, looking for a flick on, cleared away.
Good ball by Lockie to the far post, in-swinger, looking for somebody's head. I think Brendan Mann was in the far post looking for that ball.
A dangerous ball, and the angle won by McCall. That was Ian Carey now has checked in the game in the central midfield. Former Merritt Island Mustang. Bumped off the ball, did Koffi.
Great challenge by Sattler right there against Koffi. Shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Referee close enough to call it.
Down to our final 3 minutes. This opening half, this ball was headed out of bounds, and last second went off of Sparrow. So throw upcoming for Eastern Florida State College.
Yeah, Sparrow with with a few choice words right there for Koffi.
Chill out, my brother.
Not too friendly. You see them two having a little chat, and of course that happens.
Square ball. Gotta be careful with this one. Comes back to Kleinmont. With the speed in the center part, Grant comes back to Saperi. Get out, and it is Smoak will hold him up.
And that's going to be a booking, I think.
Micah Smoak. One way to stop him. And this will be a talking to, his last warning before an official caution.
But that's actually a good foul, Jeff. In the middle of the park, you know, it's almost in a breakaway, but, you know, just that's a good tactical foul. You stop the momentum of the play. Just let your defense come back, especially when it's only a couple of minutes left in this half. Kill the clock and just, you know, make sure your players get back. Get that shape in the back.
Oh, foul from the back there. Now this will be a booking, I think. He will stop it.
You called it.
So he goes to the pocket for the first time, and going to the bench with that yellow will be Micah Smoak.
Note to self, you know, don't commit another foul when the ref just gave you the last warning. So
minute 44. Wind under this one. Boy, big swing, big shot. Off target, went over.
Lucky once again, driving that ball to the far post. Just a little bit unlucky, and I think that was Longo, far post, with the volley, not able to make good contact. Or make good contact, not in the direction of the goal, of course. Right into the parking lot.
Just didn't zig when it should have zagged. Now, what a battle ensues. Michael Toolin.
This is when the game gets hopefully not out of hand with
Markel Sadler making a mess of things in there. Now on the counter, being pushed down inside the box, no call. Cleared forward.
And this is becoming a north-south type of a game. Not anything,
I-95.
Absolutely, down their throat, both teams counterattack. You win it, you go the other way.
Open the throttle. And our final minute, final 20 seconds, in fact. Unless something drastic happens, it will be the Titans going to the locker room with a lead. Excuse me. I guess technically not a locker room, but we'll be going to the break with a lead.
Into the shade, we should call it.
Plenty of shade out there right now as we count down to zeros, and that's the end of the first half. Eastern Florida conceded the first goal, but have battled back 2 unanswered to take the lead. It was J.J. Donnelly and Ibrahima Kouyaté. It's 2-1 at the half. We'll be right back on WEFS TV.
Recently, the Eastern Florida State College Titans women's soccer team held their 2015 Media Day. Sixth-year head coach Jeff Carr made clear the expectations for his talented squad this season. Nothing less than a trip to the national tournament in November.
Well, the finish line, we had different steps in the finish line. One was preseason, one is to, hopefully win the conference during the year, and another one is to actually get to November 21st, which is the national championship game, and hopefully winning that game and winning the national championship, and that would be the ultimate finish line. Our nucleus of our defense is still back, plus a keeper, plus we've added another keeper. Majority of midfield, plus we added some special players, 2 from the Spain national team, 2 from the Jamaican national team that have played in the national team, and 1 that plays for the Mexican national team. So we have a lot of talent, but it's just not talent, it's buying into our system. The style of play we have is really exciting. We're not a direct team. We don't lump it forward. We play possession. We move off the ball. We have some creative players that are going to do some special things. We have a lot of pace. It's just a really exciting brand of soccer, and I think that's what a lot of different fans will enjoy.
He made it pretty clear, nationals, and you have to make the expectation stay high, and only I know we have to go through conference and all of those stuff to reach the top, but the expectation have to stay high to remind us every day we have to win national, and this is the only thing we want, and it's to win national. So he made it pretty clear.
Well, when we think about national championship, like Coach Carr was saying this summer, he would send us emails saying finish line, giving us quotes, and pretty much it's like a step. Each step. First, we have to get through preseason, it's been a hard preseason, but every day we've been fighting, every day we've been working. Then we start playing conferences because both of our teams in our conference have gotten a lot better this year. So we definitely have to have a different view on it this year than we did last year. So just like finish line, making sure we get past all these different steps. Some people might think of junior college athletics as being a little not as skillful and people don't do as much, but you would be surprised about the passes and the moves that we put on people and the shots people finish.
So check the college website for the next home game and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
It's definitely a good family atmosphere, and it's exciting. Everybody comes to our games. We always have really good crowds, and it's just an exciting time to be around. It's cool.
This has the potential, this team, to be the very best team that's ever played at Eastern Florida.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today.
The professor who's had the greatest impact on me at Eastern Florida State College is Dr. Paulette Howell. As the first-year student coordinator for the nursing program, Dr. Howell is usually the first faculty member nursing students meet, and she takes that responsibility very seriously. She is our greatest advocate, and she is personally invested in our success. In the classroom, she is not afraid to use her experiences to help us. She teaches us about more than just what is in the textbooks. She teaches us life lessons as well. She has helped me understand the consequences of making assumptions about patients and about people in general, and that has helped me not only professionally, but in every facet of my life. I know that when I look back on my career 20 years from now, Dr. Howell is going to be the person I remember most as setting me on my path and inspiring who I want to be as a nurse. Thank you, Dr. Howell.
The Eastern Florida State College Titans men's soccer team takes on the Vikings of Jefferson College live Friday at 6 on WEFS.
Titans 1, Trailblazers, make that Titans 2, Trailblazers 1. Let's not cheat them out of a goal. Jeff Radcliffe, Eddie Rodriguez, we are at the half. A slow start somewhat for the Titans, a very fast start in more ways than one from the Trailblazers, but since that opening goal, it's been Eastern Florida State College all the way, really bossing things.
Absolutely. Lewis and Clark were able to capitalize early. They went ahead 1-0, and then after that, Eastern Florida just kind of opened up the gates. They were able to get their game going, especially out of the back, and before you know it, it has turned into shooting practice for them.
Our halftime highlights of the first half coming your way now. It begins with Connor Clasby in the 9th minute.
And this is Koffi with a great technical ability. It brings it down, but watch how he could have just played the ball with his left. Instead, he placed it with his right, therefore killing the space, and that could have been the 1-0 up for Eastern Florida.
And now here's the goal by Clasby. A great centering ball in, had one and then two cracks at it.
Absolutely. Great ball played across, and Connor Clasby just able to one-time it. And of course, who else but Kearns, the speedster from Australia, who was the catalyst to start that play. Here's a different angle on how the ball gets played.
12 minutes later, J.J. Donnelly.
And here's the ball that gets played into the spades. The defender just not able to get in, and of course J.J. comes in, beats the defenders, and goalkeeper who's coming out, Nick Johnson, not able to get a glove on that.
Koffi with a little step over here. Leads to a great chance.
And once again, using that right foot, and you can see that he kills his space because he's not able to use that left one, as a couple of his teammates were looking for that tap in far post.
On the other end, Himes getting tested.
This could have been the 2-2. Great job by Kearns. Turns the corner, and even a better job by Nate Himes. Nate Himes, who just closes that space, closes that gap.
33rd minute. Kuyate with his first goal of the season here to give the Titans the lead.
Yeah, Ricochet. He had just come off the bench. He finds a ball inside the 18 and is able to bury that top shelf, upper V, puts it away. Great finish by Kuyate.
Chances coming fast and furious there as Donnelly nearly had his second. And watch it just trickle. Did not get all the way over the line, did it?
That's a great camera angle right there. We could see the rule says that entire circumference of the ball has to be in, and you can tell that not everything is through. That's a great camera angle right there. And J.J. Donnelly gets denied for what could have been the 3 for Eastern Florida.
Good crowd on hand at the Titan Soccer Complex as in their home opener, Eastern Florida State College looking the part of the 4th-ranked team in the nation. You see head coach Oliver Twelvetrees in his 3rd season, 27-4-4 coming in. What is he saying at the half, Eddie?
Well, I guarantee you right now he's saying, you know what, we got to put our chances away. We've had plenty. But you know what? And the problem right now, Jeff, becomes that everybody wants to score. You see so many chances. You see the team playing well. At the same time, you cannot forget about the shape of your defense because you're playing against probably one of the fastest kids, you know, in the whole country in Blake Ceams, who's able to turn the corner and he can put your eye upside down in a matter of seconds.
Tim Rooney and Lewis and Clark, they're certainly within a shout. It's only a goal down. This is still obviously within your grasp. Do they make any changes in how they approach this, or do they just stay the course?
No, I think they have to make a few changes, a few adjustments, more than anything in their formation, not so much personnel. You cannot keep giving up that space in front because you see how many shots you're giving up. And I would definitely put somebody else on Koffi. He's been able to have, you know, to go at people, and he's getting the best of the one-on-one. So either you cut the pass to Koffi or you're going to stagger the defenders 2 against 1. You cannot let him get to the byline every time because it's been dangerous.
Coach Tim Rooney looked at the film of the first 2 games for Eastern Florida State College. He would see that the Titans dominated the openers with possession and being in the attacking half of the field, but they conceded on set pieces. That was an issue. Perhaps that is the way the Trailblazers can exploit the Titans' brand new pack line. When we come back, second half action between Eastern Florida State College and Lewis and Clark College. It's the Titans and Trailblazers, and it's live on WEFS TV. We'll be right back.
Recently, the Eastern Florida State College Titans men's soccer team held their 2015 Media Day. Third-year head coach Oliver Twelvetrees spoke of the commitment and effort he expects from his young team.
I think it's excellence on the field and off it. You know, we've got high expectations for the guys, and we want them to perform with excellence. We want 100% effort at all times, and we want to take every day as it comes. And we know if we do that, the results will be there, and we're going to achieve our goals. No excuses. If you play for me, it's no excuses. You know, I don't care how old you are or how young you are. You know, we demand excellence, and I expect these talented players that all have futures and dreams of being a professional footballer, being a Division I soccer player. So we expect them to perform at the level that, you know, we recruit them to perform at. So I think even though we're young, we do have some really good leadership. We have some guys returning from the spring season as well as from their freshman years that can come in and guide the players on the right things to do on and off the field to be able to help this team mold and become the best it can possibly become.
Actually, it's surprising to me, but everybody's coming in. We're all coming as a family. Team bonding exercises have gone really well, and everybody's meshing together really well. I think we're going to score a lot of goals. Maybe some people think soccer's boring, but the way we play, it won't be boring at all. The ball will be in the back of the net a lot.
I'm really like surprised how the chemistry, how we've come together, because we have about 15 different nations, and so it's kind of hard, like when other people don't speak the same languages. But the soccer, you don't really need to speak the same language to play. It's a own language of its own. Oh, the biggest strength for our team is attacking. We have all the dynamic, like the movement up top is insane. The speed.
Well, at the end of the day, we all got one target, which is to win the game. And when training, we just get to know each other, like each day. Especially when we spend a lot of time together, we get to know what people play like, and now we're just bonding a lot more. We got a great team this year, definitely. We've got a lot of forwards, good midfield players, strong defence as well. And obviously, the ultimate goal would be to win nationals, but we're just taking it day by day.
So check the college website for the next home game and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
We hope they can fulfill their potential, and we know if the hard work and the mentality is right, then great things are going to be happening. You know, we're going to score a lot of goals, and it should be very exciting to watch.
To see goals and see celebrations, because if you have foreign players, you know there's going to be a lot of celebrations going on.
With each new day comes a renewed call to greatness. At Eastern Florida State College, we are rising to lead the way and build our better future now. With a unique group of emerging leaders who are striving here today to impact our global tomorrow. This is where new voices are heard and new dreams ascend, where vision is shared, ideas are exchanged, and careers take flight. This is where heart and dedication ensure a mutual resolve that rises to meet new challenges. This is where compassionate commitment creates higher achievement and bold steps lead to bright discoveries. This is where a proud heritage meets passion and excellence, where we come together in a close community to push further and go higher, lifting us all. This is where we choose to stand, with people who care, in a place we love, to pursue purpose with courage and confidence. This is where we achieve distinction, seize the moment, and follow our hearts to the destination of our dreams. Successfully, together. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise.
Back at the Titans Soccer Complex. Second half action set to begin. We'll switch sides. Eastern Florida patiently waiting to get back to action here. They've scored 2 unanswered goals, and now we'll kick things off and play direct down left to Koffi. And intercepted. So glad you're with us here on WEFS TV. Jeff Radcliffe, Eddie Rodriguez, and our entire WEFS TV crew here for another season as we ramp up our coverage this year in all sports here at Eastern Florida State College. Titans attacking left to right here, all the way on the dark side of the field. See if any adjustments were made by either side. Nice job by Smoak to keep it in the attacking half.
And especially from Lewis and Clark, and not necessarily changing players, but just changing the formation on the field. At some point, you're going to have to muster some offense here, trying to get the equalizer, because they haven't been able to put a lot of shots on goal.
Nick Medcraft getting some run out here to start the second half. Number 7 here at right back. And Matt McLennan have platooned. Just underway, second half, 2-1 our score. Looking for the equalizer. The Trailblazers will have a free kick about 10 yards outside the box here.
Sept gets called for the foul. Good chance for Lewis and Clark on a set piece. And as you mentioned in the first half, Jeff, this Titan defense is brand new, so they're giving up some goals in the back.
And his delivery, boy, dangerous ball in. And looks like we do have a keeper change for Eastern Florida. Is it Kakuta Jada? It is. Sophomore out of Atlanta.
And he came out and not communicated with, well, McLemont, they both wait for the same ball.
Corner kick, back-to-back set-piece opportunities. It will come back to be a throw.
Nonetheless, Jada commanding his box, and that's what you want out of your goalkeeper.
Pinged forward, headed back in that general direction, and now it is Massachusetts on the run, leaves it right side for Ferreira.
It's not Jada, it's Nate Hines.
We're just getting word that is Nate Hines still back there, so sorry about that, Nate. From the distance, we have to look across, our aging eyes failing us. So I'm still in there. We had a keeper change. I saw what I thought was a number. So our mistake, our apologies. The attacking half it goes.
And you can tell the difference in play for this Eastern Florida team. Just when Massachusetts in the game, you know, always looking to play that through ball, that pattern, always looking for the outside to Ferreira or somebody else making that run inside. A very technical player with a lot of poise, always looking to assist.
Johnson kicks it high into the sky. 50-50 ball upcoming. A little flick back by McCall. And here comes the turn by Claspy, running on, trying to shield the defense of Saperi and play on. Quick turn, need to get out of trouble here. Here's a shot. Big save made by Himes. Kept it right in front, and now there'll be a conference between our referees here.
Yeah, great save by Himes. As we see the linesman talking to the ref. And I think it's about, I want to say, between Saperi, who's on the ground, and just an elbow flying around. Here we can see it in the replay. Oh, we see the linesman. I think it might have been an offside, call. As the shot was being taken, we saw the linesman putting up his flag.
5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
And Jeff, it really doesn't seem like there's change from either team as far as formation-wise. Lewis and Clark sitting in the same way as they came out. Perhaps they're going to wait.
Ball played through. Smoak back heel, left it behind. Here is Donnelly, ball in front. One shot. Now a second comes in, covered by Johnson. Another good build-up and a couple of chances there for Eastern Florida State.
Nick Johnson coming big for Lewis and Clark. As you mentioned, Eastern Florida with a couple of great chances of making it 3-1. Not able to put it away. JJ Massachusetts in the box, and they come out empty-handed.
Ferreira cut the defense along the right. Massachusetts dribbles in with the left foot, leaves it top of the box. Here's a shot on frame and in the goal. A golazo of sorts for Eastern Florida State College, and Koffi on the board.
Great shot by Koffi, 30 yards out. We talked about his ability to strike the ball, and he does that. He completely unleashes the demons from outside the box, Jeff. You know, once again, who else? It all started with Massachusetts. I talked about his ability to cut the grain. Look at this great assist. Top of the box, Koffi with a great turn. Just lets it go. Ball just makes a little bit of a dip. Nothing Nick Johnson could do. He was actually diving to his right with a great effort, great goal by Koffi, who's been working ever so hard. You know, he made those runs in the inside in the first half, and now he finally gets his goal.
Koffi's third goal in 3 games. The team leader, once again, as Donnelly had tied him up earlier in the contest. So the sophomore from Louisville, Texas, picking up where he left off last season.
That tells you we were right, Jeff, to make him and call him the player to watch for us. It was him, and he doesn't let us down. As we can take a look at a different angle here. Once again, Massachusetts cutting the grain. 3 defenders, 4. Koffi on top of the box. 1 touch. Spins, turns. Boom.
Looks like Johnson might have gotten a piece of it, but if he held on, it would have taken his fingers off.
Yeah, you can tell Johnson was starting to dive to his right, and then all of a sudden the ball comes back. Just great effort nonetheless, but what a finish by the captain, Koffi.
Micah Smoak will circle back. Play it near side. This is Medcraft, freshman out of Reading, United Kingdom. Big fan of Man vs. Wild, Bear Grylls. Started the first 2 games at right back, yielded to McLennan tonight. Now he's back in there.
So now Eastern Florida making it 3-1. They're going to have a little bit more of time in the back and just knock the ball around. They know they don't have to go forward. They can go at will.
Koffi. Ball forward, Massachusetts. He'll give it a go, and it goes across the face of goal as Donnelly was right there, and the back post open as well.
J.J. Donnelly looking to close that gap. Ever so slightly misses that. And the ability of Massachusetts to take players on and then crossing the ball to the far post.
Center of the park, Koffi takes it away. Right at the halfway line. Sent out by Smoak. He'll retrieve. Negative ball back to center. This is McClymont. Stuck to the foot there of Ferreira. Take the space. Yannick Koffi. Comes the other way. Will stay on the attacking half for the Titans. Roll it over the top, run being made. Massachusetts into the box, goes down, and a penalty may be awarded. Let's see.
No, I think the
I'm
call
just
goes
checking on him. Yep,
yeah.
the other way.
He's calling on Massachusetts for grabbing as he spun the defender. He was trying to get to the end of that. And I think, Jeff's important to mention, you know, the first stuff we talked about the importance of the 2 formations and how they were going to clash in the middle. I think we can tell that, of course, he's gone Eastern Florida's way because they have that extra midfielder, and when it's huge, when you have that much space to cover for Lewis and Clark, they're not able to make that adjustment. And, of course, every time Eastern Florida has the ball, they have that extra midfielder.
Is it the simple answer to that, if you're Tim Rooney, is to just drop one of those forwards into the midfield to counteract that?
That would be the
but
easiest thing to do.
Then you leave somebody out on an island, though.
Correct. And that's the, you know, with any system, you're always going to give something up. So you have to ask yourself, what am I going to give up? And are you okay with that? Of course, when you're on the road, you know, it's one of those things where when you have a really fast forward like we have here in Kearns, you know, you're playing with 1 forward, the counterattack, but at the same time, you cannot give that much space at center mid because, as you can tell today, you know, it's crucial.
Ferreira. Back heel playback does not go the way for the Titans there. Medcraft will yield possession here on the near side. Throw-in comes from the crowd. And now the throw-in that counts upcoming. Inside. Back out to Longo. And hits it short. Wilfred Williams. First start at center back. All 5'7", 145 pounds of him. An imposing presence.
He does have a lot of speed, though, so he's been able to.
Well, that's good to have that dichotomy. You've got small, fast guy, good that can play with his feet, and then you got the big bruiser in McClymont, who wins everything in the air.
Absolutely everything. And you're right. It's a good, you know, same thing with forwards. It's always great to have a big target man, and then you have a speedster right next to him who can make some runs, you know, right next to him.
Markel Sadler. No worse for wear, back to his feet. A free kick from a non-dangerous spot outside the circle to our left. Trying to direct traffic, and we'll just simply play it back to Fouch. Roos. Ball drilled forward, top of the box, brought down by Claspy. And can't do much with it. Out for a throw.
Yeah, it ended up being a very difficult ball. Mancraft gets at the end of that, gets rid of it.
And a stoppage. Clock continues. Holding up play, Sam Gillespie, our ref. Will be a throw-in. Brendan Mann, baby, with the throw. First contact, Eastern Florida State College. Massachusetts will lead the break, crosses the halfway line, has runners to the left and right. Will take it himself, cut to the inside. Massachusetts pushed off the ball, stays with it. There's a tackle, clean challenge, play on, says our referee. It will come the other way on the counter.
And it was a clean tackle because he got a piece of the ball, but that's actually, that could be borderline a foul. As you mentioned, Koffi was making a great run into the attacking third. Massachusetts is not able to play that ball.
Line's rushing forward. Fouch the ball to the back post, doesn't harm anybody. Goal kick. Yeah, one thing you always hear if you watch any level of soccer on TV, or you're watching your Little League game, you're watching the ankle biters play, you always hear, he got all ball, he got all ball. And that really doesn't matter sometimes. It's about the contact you make with the player you're tackling.
And there's a way to get all ball and all leg as well. Let me just
yeah, exactly. Easy way, just roll them over.
You hear players say, look where the ball went, and that's pretty much the telltale, you know. But at the same time, you can make contact with a player and the ball at the same time. Just
still a foul.
Kind of an FYI. Absolutely, still a foul. And that's the importance of the referee being close to the play. Take a look at this one. Massachusetts making a run inside, and watch, once you leave your feet right here, 2-footed tackle, he does get the ball, and there's contact with the player, so that could be
50-50. It could go the either way.
And it's a little bit of both. He does get the ball, which is, you know, the first and foremost, but he also makes contact, and you force the player to go down. So how close the referee? He was close enough to make that call, and of course he opted not to call it.
I'll give the referee Sam Gillespie credit. He's let people play here. Just the one booking to Micah Smoak after pretty much a persistent infringement situation where he was given a warning and not a minute later he committed the foul.
Yeah, he does have a great presence, lets the players play, and he does have a good communication role with them. We've seen him in a couple of cases here talk to the players. He actually gave somebody a second chance and then subsequently gave him a yellow after the next foul. So
Smoak goes back to win. Medcraft back to his keeper, Himes.
I always say, Jeff, the good referees are the ones that you don't notice during the game, you know?
Half an hour to go. It's picked up by Eastern Florida State College coming through top of the box. Ferreira was closing in. There's Kearns. Will use the speed to get to the corner, and he will not beat Wilford Williams. It will be a throw-in, though. Claspy leaves it. So ball taking a deflection, held in by Himes. 3-1 our score. Goals from Donnelly, Coyote, and Koffi, the latter one in the second half. Himes, Pinellas All-Star Game MVP. Pinellas versus Hillsborough All-Star Game that we see every year from East Lake High School. Big fan of Yaya Toure. In the middle, Markel Sadler, excuse me.
Yeah, and finally Keegan making his presence known from this Lewis Clark. Just, I know he's a center back, but he needs to get going forward a little bit at the attack. They're down 3-1 and, you know, just 28 minutes to go. So at some point you need to press the numbers going forward and trying to get the 3-2.
They always dreaded 2-goal lead.
It is. That's because it's one of those very deceitful leads when you think you have the game and all he takes is one and you're kind of back in it.
The halfway line, the battle ensues. And it will be a free kick.
And there's that pressing you're talking about by McLemont and the difference in size for these Eastern Florida center back.
Ball will roll over the line. It will be a goal kick here for Eastern Florida State College. And a reminder to let you know that Eastern Florida's athletic programs keep growing with 11 varsity sports now in action. Home games are played. The college's new state-of-the-art sports complex on the Melbourne campus that includes facilities for soccer, tennis, basketball, and baseball. And coming soon, a facility for softball, which is going up this year. The complex hosts major national collegiate events such as the NJCAA Division I Women's Soccer National Championship Tournament, and it, of course, is a valuable asset to our community. To learn more, visit easternflorida.edu and become a Titan today. Smoak. And to release Ferreira to the line, keeps it in, right in the corner, makes the turn, waits for help. Into the box, tries to get the defenders. Will be picked up. Gustavo Aranya in the game. Medcraft, ball to the line. A little miscommunication there, but Nick Johnson has it.
Yeah, Eastern Florida taking too long just to cross the ball. Gustavo was not able to cross it. Short cross. And then Medford just taking a little bit too long when he had a couple of players far post open.
Oh, there's a ball. Not enough mustard on it for Blake Kearns. Had a shot at it, and it's smothered by Himes. Would like to have that opportunity back.
Yeah, not a lot of action for Himes in the second half. At first half, he had a couple of, that breakaway from Kearns and, of course, the goal. But in the second half, he's been kind of quiet.
Over the top it goes to the other keeper, Nick Johnson. Longo. The center. As Fouch makes the turn, makes the switch. Right side it goes for the Trailblazers. Direct ball into the box, headed on frame, but not enough on it.
Yeah, I don't think you want to start driving balls into the middle of the park against some of those big bodies from Eastern Florida like McLemont.
Rushane, native of St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. Big fan of Vincent Kompany. Also likes to play cricket, as they like to do in the Caribbean. Never really understood the rules to that one. Somebody will have to explain that to me sometime. Games that can last all day long. Left side it goes. How about the run by Koffi? It will be picked up. Shot on the way. Poked over the top by Johnson. I believe that was McCall who let it fly. Nick Johnson, the sophomore out of St. Charles, Missouri, getting a workout back there, will lead to a corner kick.
I think that was Gustavo Aranya, the Brazilian, just controlling the ball on top of the box and just sweet little touch, trying to chip the goalie, who's able to just get a glove on that. Great extension by Nick Johnson. Just barely gets his glove on it, just enough to change the trajectory of the ball.
All into the area.
And that's a set piece they have, because this is the second time Gustavo goes to the corner for the short corner.
Ferreira drills it across into the 18. Big win on the header. Not out of the woods yet of the Trailblazers. Big kick off the face, and the return shot is over the fence.
Yeah, Koffi just lays the ball for Aranya, who's trying to one-time it. Finds the face of Lewis and Clark's defender.
Micah Smoak. Big smile you can have when you're up 3-1. And getting a workout there was Brendan Mann. Hands on hips, you know the humidity, a long night starting to get to him. It's a long trip from the
back to
suburbs
Illinois.
of St. Louis. Turnover. Ferreira comes back to Smoak. Makes the turn back heel. Nice.
Oh.
Nice 1-2 work.
Nice little cheeky pass by Smoak. Back heel.
Medcraft is back to McClymont. This is Williams. And turned over, but a foul happened beforehand. So it will come back to Eastern Florida State College here as time continues to tick off the clock. 22.5 minutes to go. That's all that stands in between Eastern Florida State College and their second victory of the season.
Yeah, Wilfred Williams coming out of the back. You have to be careful in transition because you give that ball up in a square ball, and then you start the counter for Lewis and Clark.
Medcraft gets it into Kuyate. The ball back and offside. Flag was up.
Not by much, but just good 1-2. Kuyate playing the ball into space. Nick Medcraft just making a good run.
Have to figure if you're going to have a shot at this, if you're Lewis and Clark, you're going to have to score a goal here in the next 10 or so, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely, and then after that, just change the lines, go with 3 forwards, and try to muster some kind of offense, because so far you haven't had shots in the second half at all. One off that, and it wasn't even a clear one. So
Aranya tries to play it forward, and here comes the run back. Medcraft tries to win. Getting the better of that exchange was Darren Duncan. Duncan square ball, and that's an easy thing to handle by the Titans.
And you saw Darren Duncan just leaving his feet on that tackle right there. That's a dangerous tackle. Yeah,
That'll stop things up. This should be a booking. Player
be a
down
booking.
Is Claspy. So it is a yellow being shown.
The yellow card, you can tell already that how physical he's getting. And you can see that run right there from behind. And anytime you get somebody from behind, yeah, I don't think that's enough for a card. It's obstruction, but not enough for a card. That's on Nathaniel Grant. But more so than that, the one before that, Darren Duncan, he just went cleats up from behind. Fortunately for him, he was able to get part of the ball, so it didn't look as bad. But once you leave your feet, it's a very dangerous situation, especially if you're showing your cleats, what we call cleats up. You make contact, and you're going to hurt someone.
Studs up does not mean anything about your stature on campus.
Not at all.
Whistle and stoppage in play. Medcraft will settle over. A player down here for the Trailblazers. It appears to be Sadler. And it also appears to be a cramp here.
Starting to feel that dehydration.
That or Duncan. Maybe Duncan.
Fatigue setting in. This is when you notice how big this field is, Jeff. Kind of creeps up on you, 60 or 70th minute before you know it, you're out of gas and you start cramping up.
Duncan helped to his feet. Jamaican center back, the leader of the defense, Tim Rooney told me before the game. So the fans here, a nice treat tonight. 4-goal contest in this one so far. We had 7 goals in the women's game preceding this one. That game was, saw the Trailblazer women fall 4-3, and that, man, it's been a long night coaching 2 games.
It has, but that's a legend right there.
NJCAA Hall of Famer, class of 2010, also a St. Louis Soccer Hall of Fame 2009, 400-plus wins, won women's national championships in 1998 and 2008. So certainly a legend in Mid-America.
Absolutely, that's a lot of games. That is a lot of games.
Coach Twelvetrees presiding over the 4th-ranked team in the nation. Native of Swansea City, Wales. Applied his trade here in the United States for the better part of the last decade. Barton Community College out in Great Bend, Kansas. Wayne State, Nebraska. Some of the far-reaching outposts of soccer in this country. Also an assistant at Bemidji State.
Oh, that is the true
playing in
Midwest, yes.
Yeah. Nice to be in Florida. Having been to a couple of those places, I can tell you, not much there.
Well, I know you went to Kansas City this year, right, with Orlando? Did you get a chance to go to KC?
I used to live out in Nebraska. So
oh, well, there you go. That's right.
I know all about the flat, the flat expanses of Kansas, South Dakota. And
yeah.
Been a while.
So you got your fair share of the Midwest.
Yeah. Oh man, more than the fair share. 9 long years. East Coast boy by heart.
It builds character, though. Look at you now.
I mean, now I can live through anything.
Absolutely.
The winners. Thicken the blood. Koffi continuing the run.
I think that was Kuyate,
yeah. Kuyate.
Looking for McCall out wide. And you can tell the connections for Lewis and Clark. They're just too stretched out.
Wide open game right now. And looking for Kearns.
Yeah, it's a big lake in the middle of the field. Just a wide open space. It's kind of like a tennis match from side to side.
Lake Titan.
And not a lot of east to west movement on and off the ball. Everything's just looking for that target forward, rushing it. And if you're Eastern Florida, this is the way right here. Just neutralize the ball, play the width. You do not have to go forward with a 3-1 score.
Micah Smoak. Good hold up play there by the Mill High Bulldog, former Bulldog. Here comes the overlap. Medcraft opts to go center. Go all the way to the other side, Saperi. Check that, it was Aranya there on the left. Now Ferreira will give it a go. It sticks to the gloves of Johnson.
Finally, Eastern Florida is able to knock the ball around a little bit. They get 20, 30 seconds off the clock by just keeping the ball and just not forcing anything.
Now here's a chance on a turnover. And pinging the top of the crossbar was Kearns. Been that kind of night for Lewis and Clark College. Nearly had his 7th goal of the season, a wide open shot.
Bad giveaway by Eastern Florida. And of course, Blake Kearns with that tremendous speed, not able to put it away. A little bit unfortunate. He actually just chipped the goalie, Nate Hines. And as you mentioned, that could have been his 7th. And that would have turned this game around a little bit. That would have made it 3-2 with plenty of time to go.
Sometimes that 2-goal lead leads to some lackadaisical play. See if we can put the nail in the coffin here with 17 minutes to play. Ball played forward. And now it will come the other way. Longo all by himself near side.
Well, I guarantee you Kearns is going to want to have that one back. Had a chance to bring his team back.
Comes the switch to the far side of the field. Back inside. Direct ball played straight back. This is Mann off of the defense as we hear fireworks going off nearby. Player down, and you hear our microphones pick up "kick it out," the customary thing to do when there's an injury.
Yeah, I think it's Luke Ferreira just down. Just take a look at this chance from another angle. Yeah, it's actually bad giveaway right here, but Kearns gets from behind, looks up, keeper comes out, looking to try to chip the goalie. You know, you can tell actually Himes went down way early because, you know, he was pretty much beat, but a little bit unlucky for Kearns. That could have been the 3-2.
Training staff out for Eastern Florida State College as they check on that left ankle, left leg area of Luke Ferreira.
thought you were going to say check on those ugly shoes, but
You don't like the orange, huh?
they're all right.
All right.
Everything neon nowadays.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the way it goes. 2 FHSAA championships with American Heritage Delray. Come off the field for a spell here. Luke Ferreira, half Brazilian. So, of course, he loves churrasco, rice and beans. Favorite meal. He'll take his time as the clock is stopped at 16:02 of this second half. We were talking about the Midwest. You got a cup of coffee there at Kansas City.
3 years in Kansas City, so I did get my fair share of the Midwest as well.
Not too far. At least you weren't in Leavenworth or something. At least it was in MLS.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was the days
close though from Leavenworth.
The days before Sporting Kansas City. I was playing in Arrowhead Stadium in front of how many fans?
Absolutely. At least 12,000.
Boy, have things changed with MLS 2.0. Full stadiums, TV contracts.
No, actually, crowds in Kansas City were great.
They were.
Yes, absolutely. But
but when you're playing in Arrowhead, which holds what, 70,000?
80,000, yeah. So even if you put in 40, 50, it looks empty.
The era of the soccer-specific stadium. Of course, this stadium may be expanding. Keep that secret under wraps for a little while.
And I think the magic number is, what, 5,000 seats? That's the minimum, right, for a USL franchise?
There is some talk about, it's just some conjecture at this point. I've seen some articles in papers like the Orlando Sentinel that Orlando City's USL team could be moving out here to the Space Coast.
Yeah, that's a bad tackle right there. Gustavo being called by the ref.
And he'll be called out and get a stern talking to. So Aranya will be told to quit.
So unless that conversation was in Portuguese, he had nothing to do with it. I guarantee you that.
Aranya from Sao Paulo. Favorite quote? I'll be back. Crazy, he's a Brazilian, but his favorite player is Messi. Isn't that against the religion?
That
there?
is just
you don't like an Argentinian favorite player.
That's blasphemy right there.
you go with Ronaldinho or Kaká. Ball comes back. Center Nick Filla. Neymar would be a good choice. Comes the other way.
And Lewis and Clark taking a little bit too long to try to get some offense going here. They're running out of time.
Huh. So I got a number disparity there. Shorts are 15. Jersey is 22 for Saperi. Didn't notice that until now. He has two favorite numbers, or both.
Okay.
No 15 on the roster, so I guess the shorts were available.
As long as there's nobody with that same number, then.
Somebody forgot to do their laundry.
You see that sometimes on the home or away jersey, different colors, but rarely do you see it in the same color.
Coming away, Eastern Florida State College, 13 minutes to play. Smoak on the right, service in, top of the box, held up and cleared away by Duncan. Here comes the speedster of Kearns, gets the corner of the box, two defenders on him. Switch to the far side, over the top, headed back. Here's a shot on frame. Not a bad effort there for Markel Sadler. He was looking for his fourth goal of the season, but Himes had him all the whole way.
And that is a great way to counter that speed of Kearns by Eastern Florida by double team. One in front, one behind. And you can see how he slowed down at the end.
Be a throw upcoming. Brandon Mann, freshman, and really heavy touch. Brings it back to Eastern Florida's Micah Smoak. Now, so Chessie as the ball heads a little too far out in front.
Also, Chessie was looking for that ball behind the defense for Koffi, who's making a great run.
Action on the far side. Throw to Eastern Florida State College. Looking to move to 2-0-1 on the season here. 2-goal cushion late here in their home opener, and now player is down for the Titans. Doubled over. Is it Williams? It is. Climont will start it. Keeping possession here. Salt this game away. That one, too much pace on it. Turned over near side, the halfway line. Here comes the throw. Too far for Matt McLennan, who's back in there. And Medcraft now in the game together. Kuyate in there with Chessie and Koffi for the attacking players for Eastern Florida. Will not get the ball here. And flag is up. And put down, boy, dangerous ball. McClymont makes the turn, clears it right up to the center of the pitch.
Yeah, dangerous turn to the inside when I thought he was just gonna go to the outside and clear the ball.
Saw the assistant referee put up the flag and then bring it back down.
Yeah, I think he did that a couple of times. I'm not sure if it's the lighting or lighting, yeah, lightning delay, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw
under 10 minutes to go. Thing we've been gotten used to here. And you hear Mark Dakotas, the PA announcer and SID, with the enthusiasm in his voice as he announces the stoppage of this one at the 9:40 mark of this.
Yeah, and I'm not
second
sure if
half.
they're going to call it, but we see.
Well, it's official at the 70-minute mark, so if they can't continue, it will be an official match. Yep, hands are shaking, and it appears that will be the end of this match. So a lightning-shortened affair ends with under 10 minutes to go, and it'll be a 3-1 victory into the win column of Eastern Florida State College. They improved to 2-0-1. The 3-1 victory over Lewis and Clark College. Trailblazers fall to 5-2. We'll be right back to put a bow tie on this one on WEFS TV.
This is where we're building the future, where you discover new opportunities and careers take flight. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, ride with me. Now you're on your way, like it.
The Eastern Florida State College Titans men's soccer team takes on the Vikings of Jefferson College, live Friday at 6 on WEFS.
Well, a weather warning here at the Titan Soccer Complex. Folks finding cover, but not before an official end to this match with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to play. It is in the books, a 3-1 victory for Eastern Florida State College. Not going to wait out Mother Nature tonight. Let's just make this official. And Lightning was able to strike 3 straight goals for Eastern Florida State College to earn the victory here. As we take a look back at the highlights of this one, and it was Titans with their 3 goals here. The first one, J.J. Donnelly, as the ball fell off of the head of Ferreira, so give him the assist. That happened in the 21st minute, tied the score at 1. Then ball into the box, drilled in, took a deflection, and then it was cleaned up nicely by Ibrahima Kouyaté, his first goal of the season. That made it 2-1, the 33-minute mark. And then in the second half, to ice things off, Massachesi with the assist straight up the middle, the turn, the shot, the score for Koffi, his team leading 3rd goal of the season. And that is all she wrote, as this one ended about 10 minutes prematurely. So 80 minutes is all it took. And Eddie Rodriguez is standing by with the victorious head coach of Eastern Florida State College, Oliver Twelvetrees.
Oliver, a little bit of it's a great result, a little bit of a shaky start. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we did score some great goals in the end. We need to learn to kill a game off, and we need to learn to have a little bit more quality in that final third. But, a 3-1 win was fantastic, and, we'll take the win and move on and learn from it. And, we do have the quality going forward, no doubt about it, and we'll continue to work on the defensive side to get that shutout hopefully in the future, and continue to work on that final ball. And I think when we do that, there's great things are going to happen.
What was the strategy coming off first home game, especially having such a young defense? You lost all your the back line, but now that you're new season and fresh players, what was the strategy going forward?
Yeah, we wanted to defend from the front. We wanted to defend as a whole unit and not isolate the back 4. And high pressure up the field. And we moved Wilfred Williams, our captain, who's usually left back. He's got a lot of speed into the centre back position to counteract their number 9, and to have the Rashane attacking the ball and Wilfred sweeping in behind. And it worked at times as the game wore on. I thought they got the idea of it. And we need to just continue to work on our defensive organization.
With so many weapons going forward, would you feel comfortable switching the formation, because you have so many people going forward, great finishers and stuff?
Sure, that's the tough thing, and that's putting the jigsaw together and finding the right pieces to make us play in the best way. And I think we're getting there. We still got a long way to go, but we're getting there. And when we have players like Koffi scoring great goals like that, it certainly helps.
Right. Koffi, we feature you as a player to watch today. Of course, you had a great goal today. Tell us how you feel about it, and we saw as well how you get, the people going at the beginning of the game.
Well, every day of the week we work hard, so we try to apply ourselves, to working on the finishing, such as that one. Coach does a good job of helping us train and stuff like that. So I think the key is working more together. That's how those goals come from, when we work together, pass the ball, good ball movement and stuff. That's how you get goals like that.
Yeah. How important is it for you guys during practice to work together? So many nationalities, so many different players, and the fact you have so many new players as well that were not here last year. What is one of the biggest challenges for you guys?
Yeah, the thing is everyone is working for a spot. So we all work very hard every week, and we try to prove ourselves to coach so he can pick the right players to put on the field so we can have victories like this,
Right.
Yeah.
As a player individually, what is your goal? I know as a team you guys are trying to go to the tournament, but for you, being a senior player, what is your goal personally?
Personally, I'm trying to win All-American. I didn't win it last year when I was trying to, so I hope this year is going to come. So keep working hard every day so I can reach that goal, be a top scorer, and also win All-American.
What do you think right now, being such a young team in the back, is your weakness? I know we talked about so many weapons you guys going forward, but defensively, do you see any weakness in your team?
A little bit. We're going to work at it. We're getting there. Just a little bit of miscommunication here and there, but we're going to work on it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah.
Coach, real quick, as far as the schedule is, you guys made it into the tournaments last year. This year, what do you see as far as the scheduling? Does it prepare you to be a better team, or does it just hinder you a little bit? I saw kind of a tough schedule on the
this
road.
year, it's going to be a very tough games with Broward. We play Broward 3 times, and the winner of that, and also the winner of the games against ASA, a team with the best record, moves on, and then we have a 4-team district playoff. So 1 team from Florida advances, 1 from Georgia, and 2 from the Carolinas, and those 4 best teams in the district playoff to the right to go to nationals. So it's going to be a tough route. Some fantastic teams are not going to be going to nationals, but we think if we work hard, we can be that team advancing.
Right. Well, great game tonight, great result. Jeff, right back to you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Yannick. Thank you, Coach Oliver Twelvetrees. As the Titans improved to 2-0-1, they will play their next game at Kaiser University, 4 o'clock Wednesday. Then the first of 4 home games for the next 6 that are televised on WEFS TV. We will see you next Friday against Jefferson College, a 6 p.m. start from the Titans Soccer Complex. So for our entire WEFS crew, my partner Eddie Rodriguez, our producer Brian Foster, would like to thank you for watching. I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long from the Titans Soccer Complex. Titans improved to 2-0-1, a 3-1 weather-shortened victory. They do it in about 80 minutes in this one. That's all they need to dispatch the Trailblazers. 3-1 the final. Good night from Melbourne.
With each new day comes a renewed call to greatness. At Eastern Florida State College, we are rising to lead the way and build our better future now. With a unique group of emerging leaders who are striving here today to impact our global tomorrow. This is where new voices are heard and new dreams ascend, where vision is shared, ideas are exchanged, and careers take flight. This is where heart and dedication ensure a mutual resolve that rises to meet new challenges. This is where compassionate commitment creates higher achievement, and bold steps lead to bright discoveries. This is where a proud heritage meets passion and excellence. Where we come together in a close community to push further and go higher, lifting us all. This is where we choose to stand, with people who care, in a place we love, to pursue purpose with courage and confidence. This is where we achieve distinction, seize the moment, and follow our hearts to the destination of our dreams. Successfully, together. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. This is where we're building the future, where you discover new opportunities and careers take flight. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
The professor who has had the greatest impact on me at Eastern Florida State College is nursing instructor Rosemary Stetson. Mrs. Stetson's top priority is that her students know the material, and she always goes above and beyond to make certain that we do. She is always available if we need extra help or guidance. In the classroom setting, she prepares her own instructional materials and incorporates many years of experience into them. In the clinical setting, Mrs. Stetson looks closely at each student's abilities and then begins the task of helping that student to become a competent RN. She does this by building on the student's strengths and working to turn the student's weaknesses into strengths. She's genuinely proud of us when we succeed, and we usually do because she gives us the confidence we need to be successful. Thank you, Mrs. Stetson, for giving me the opportunity to be your student.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today.